And welcome to today's video. We will be looking at matrix multiplication. Now here we will be looking at two things: multiplication of a matrix by a single number, also known as a scalar matrix. We will also be looking at multiplication of a matrix by another matrix. So let us start with scalar multiplication. A scalar is an ordinary number. For example, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Now the rule is in scalar multiplication is you multiply each element in the matrix by the scalar. Let us look at an example so that you can be able to understand. For example, we have matrix A. We have matrix A with the following elements: 5, 2, 8, and 3. And then we are to multiply this matrix by a scalar number. Let us say the scalar is 4. So how do we go about it? We are looking to get 4 multiplied by matrix A. So this will be equals to 4 you multiply by 5, 4 you multiply by 2, 4 times 8, and 4 times 3. That is how you multiply a matrix with a scalar or an ordinary number. So the answer to that will be 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 8 is 32, 4 times 3 is 12. Like so. So 4 times A will be equal to that. Very simple, very straightforward. Now let us look at a matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication. Now, what you need to remember here is that when multiplying a matrix by another matrix, the number of columns in the first matrix must equal the number of rows in the second matrix. So, matrix multiplication is whereby we are multiplying. So we are multiplying a matrix by another matrix. Now the rule to remember is that the number of columns in the first matrix must equal the number of rows in the second matrix. Let us look at an example so that you can be able to understand. We have matrix A. Matrix A, 3, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 5. And then we have matrix B. Let us write it over here. Matrix B has 8, 0, 5, and 4. Then you have 3, 2, 11, and 1. Those are the elements in matrix B. Now, remember in the previous video, we were able to look at how to tell the size of a matrix. So what is the size of matrix A? You start with the rows. 1, 2, 3. It is a 3 by 1, 2. Then you go to the columns. You start with the rows, you go to the column. So 1, 2, 3, 3 by 1, 2, 2 rows. 2 columns. 3 rows, 2 columns. So it is a 3 by 2 matrix. That is the size of matrix A. How about matrix B? 1, 2, 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 by 4 matrix. Now what do we mean by the first matrix? The columns in the first matrix must equal the number of rows in the second matrix. You just have to look at these two. That and that must be the same. So for example, if you have a matrix and the size is 3 by 1, and here we have 3 by 1, they're not the same. It is not feasible. Yes, that is wrong. So for you to, for a matrix multiplication to be feasible, this and this have to be the same. This represents the number of columns in the first matrix, and this is the number of rows in the second matrix. That is very important. Now, let us look at how we multiply these two matrices. Now, I've just written that again so that you have space to work out. Now, of course, you must remember that I feel that it's important to repeat this because it's important for a matrix, for matrix multiplication to be feasible. The first thing you do is to establish the size of the matrices. So matrix A is a 1, 2, 3, 3 by 1, 2. Is a 3 by 2 matrix. And matrix B is a 1, 2, 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 by 4 matrix. So you establish whether those two are the same. If they are the same, then the matrix multiplication is feasible. So how do you go about multiplying the matrices? We are going to get AB. We are going to get matrix AB when we multiply A and B. So you take the rows, you multiply by the columns. Together up to there. So you're going to take 3, you multiply by 8, plus 1 multiplied by 3. Yes? So it's going to be 3 right over here multiplied by 8 plus 1 multiplied by 3. Quite simple. Now we go to the next element. 3 multiplied by, remember we are multiplying the rows and the columns. Yes? So 3 multiplied by 0, the second column. 3 multiplied by 0, you add that to 1 multiplied by 2. 1 times 2. We do the same on the third column. 3 times 5, 3 times 5 plus 1 times 11. We've dealt with that. Now 3 times 4, 3 times 4, you add that to 1 times 1. Now we go to the second row. The second row is 2, 4. So we say 2 times 8. You add that to, this is what we're dealing with now, 4 by 3. And then 2 by 0. You add that to 4 times 2. And then you say 2 times 5 plus 4 times 11. 4 times 11. And then 2 times 4 plus 4 times 1. Now we're on the last one, 7 and 5. 7 times 8. 7 times 8 plus 5 times 3. Yes? And then we go to the second column. 7 times 0 plus 5 times 2. 5 times 2. The third column, 7 times 5 plus 5 times 11. And then 7 times 4. 7 times 4 plus 5 times 1. It is as simple as that. The only two things you have to remember is that you establish whether it is feasible. The multiplication of those two matrices is feasible. How do you do that? Write down the size of the matrices and then establish whether the row and the column are the same. If they are, then it is feasible. The second thing you have to remember is you multiply the rows and the columns. So you take the first element in the first row multiplied by the first element in the first column. You add that to the second element in the first row times the second element in the first column. You add together. Simple. So we're going to work that out. Now after working it out, we get AB to be like that. Those are the elements in AB. You just solve for 3 times 8 plus 1 times 3 is 27, like so. Now there's something you need to note here. Then remaining, the first row, the number of rows in the first matrix and the number of columns in the second matrix is 3 by 4. Let us look at the matrix that we have gotten from the multiplication. 1, 2, 3. It is a 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a 3 by 4 matrix, just like what we have here. That is how you know whether you've done the multiplication correctly. The matrix you get should be the same size as the number of rows in the first matrix and the number of columns in the second matrix. So matrix AB is a 3 by 4 matrix. I hope you're together by now. I hope you're together up to there. Yeah, if you need to take a break, you just take a break and then redo it. And if you have a question, you just type it in the comment section and I will get back to you when I look at them. So that is all about matrix multiplication. Now I think we're going to do another video on vector multiplication, zero matrix, unit matrix, all those. But for now, I just would like to request you to just practice on this. It's quite easy. It's not complicated. Just follow the steps and you will get there with practice. So thank you very much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and please leave a comment down below if you have any question or comments. Thank you so much and God bless.